All right, we're going to look here today at doing not only perimeter for a shape using these angle legs, but area as well. So the first thing I want you to do up on the top of your page is write perimeter and area. So there's perimeter. Remember that word perimeter? Peri means around. Meter means to measure. So around measure. So measuring around the shape. So perimeter and area. Okay, and then you're going to put your name up here. Because I got to know whose page it is. If I don't know, then I can't uh, put your grade in and all that good stuff. So I've got my three shapes here that I'm going to be using. Notice we're doing all rectangles and squares today. So the other day we used a lot of different shapes and found the perimeter all the way around. Today, all we're doing is looking at rectangles, which a square is a rectangle, so still just rectangles. First thing I want to do is write our formula for perimeter and area. So perimeter, remember we're measuring around. So we could either say that as length plus width plus length plus width, because we're adding all the sides together. Or as we've looked at, you could just say 2 times, remember a number next to parentheses means times, length plus width, because you're taking the same length and width because it's a rectangle and just doing that twice. For area, the formula for area, remember area is what covers the inside of it. We will do length times width. Okay, now my shapes here barely fit on the page, but I'm going to do it since they're rectangles. I'm going to do a representation of those about the same size, but I'm just going to draw my lines. And I've got a ruler there, but I'm not going to mess with it for now. I just want to make sure that my proportions are fairly similar. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, then my square, I want to make sure that however far across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going the same distance down as I am across. Try to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. And then my last one, it goes a little bit farther, so to keep my proportions, I'm going to do something like that. Again, I'm just drawing all three shapes out here. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to look on my angle legs and label my lengths and widths. So this one up here is 7.07 centimeters. And this one is 12.24 centimeters. Okay, and then we're going to go through finding the perimeter and area. As you find it, you will just write those two measurements in the middle there. So let me use my shape down here as a quick example. My smaller one, because I use the easier measurements. This one's 5 centimeters, and this is 10 centimeters. Remember, I'm not counting the boxes here. I'm going off the little measurement that's on this. So, as I'm looking at that, to find my perimeter, I need to do P equals 2 times length will be my longer one, plus my width is the shorter side. So that gives me 15. And I'll do 15 times 2. So my perimeter is 30. All right, that is 30 centimeters. For my area, I'll do length times width, so 10 times 5. And 10 times 5, my area just equals 50. And so for area, I'll write that as 50 centimeters squared. So it's squared because we're covering the whole thing. It's like we're laying down square centimeters all throughout this. And you will do that for all three shapes. And as we work along, any help you need, it's possible we'll be able to round some of these numbers so that we're not multiplying too big of a decimal number. But you're going to find the perimeter and area for all three shapes. And when you have that done, you can raise your hand. I will check it off, see how we did on it, and go on from there. I might have one extra little thing that you do on it. Okay. Just remember, these shapes don't have to be the exact size. You see how mine are pretty close, but you're just doing, again, a representation just so that everything fits real well. Hopefully this is helpful. Have a good day.